keeping with education, let's talk about HBCUs and let's talk about these HBCU presidents. So something has been going on at HBCUs with the administration and with them not being able to keep presidents. This really became social media story because I follow quite a bit of HBCU alums and students and faculty. I don't know why I can get my words together, and actual HBCU faculty. So this is when I learned about just how many HBCU presidents have been resigning, and if they're not have been resigning, just how quickly they leave once they do become president. Like HBCU presidents don't really stay around maybe for more than 5 years. They usually seem to leave during that 5-year span, and I didn't know that. So this really came to a head when Texas Southern's president resigned. So the Texas Southern University president abruptly resigned less than 2 years after she took the position. So once she resigned, a lot of people were like, wait, didn't another HBCU president just resign? And yes, in fact, Ruth Simmons at Prairie View A&M resigned too earlier this year. Now, if you don't know who Ruth Simmons is, don't feel that bad, because I honestly didn't know who she was either until I did my research. So Ruth Simmons actually came out of retirement to become a president at Prairie View A&M. Previous to her coming out of retirement, she worked at Smith College in Massachusetts, where she served as a president. So this wasn't her first time being a president at Prairie View. She'd been one before, and she also was a president at Brown University. So Brown University is an Ivy League school. She was the president there, and she was the first Black woman to lead an Ivy League school. So that's who Ruth Simmons is. She is that one. She's not one to play with, okay? While she was president of Prairie View A&M, she grew its endowment by more than 40%. While she was president, the school also received a $50 million donation from Mackenzie Scott, the former wife of Jeff Bezos. So Ruth had said earlier in 2023 that she was going to be resigning at the end of the year. Abruptly, I would say maybe around February, she decided to resign effective immediately. When she first put out that she was going to resign, people had questions because it just sounded a little bit funny, because first you said you were going to be resigning at the end of the year. Now you're resigning super early, effective immediately. So what's going on? Not too soon after, the tea came out and she talked about why, in fact, she was going to be resigning. And it seems like there was a bit of smoke between her and the Texas A&M University System Chancellor, John Sharp. So in her resignation letter, she said that they only wanted her to continue as president with limited presidential authority. So they just wanted her to have the title. They didn't want her to be actually doing presidential duties. Now, in me telling you all about who Ruth Simmons is, she came out of retirement to be a president there. That says a lot. She was in retirement. She said, let me come help this HBCU, after she'd already worked at Smith College as a president, after she was already at Brown University, the first Black woman to lead an Ivy League school. She came out of retirement. So she said, I know who I am. Y'all not finna have me be president, and I'm only gonna be president just for the title's sake. If I'm gonna be president, I'm actually gonna be doing stuff to actually help the students, not just having a name.